Hello walkers, and welcome back to City Walks, the channel where I walk you around various cities or hiking trails and nature areas, and we find interesting things together, little bits of serendipity thrown in our path. I do a lot of talking. It's not one of the quiet channels, so prepare yourself for that. We are in today Basel, Switzerland, just across the Rhine from both Germany and France. I guess it's not across the Rhine from France. And I'm going to spin you around real quick. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your virtual travel guide, your co-discoverer. And I say co-discoverer because that's really the important part. And that has to do with the finding interesting things and pointing out little details. So I'm going to flip you around again. Mainly just to show you this Ferrari over here. In fact, I actually took a wrong turn. I do that quite a bit. Got distracted by the vehicle. We are going to head down into the Old Town section. I'm going to talk a little bit and I'm going to point stuff out and we're going to have a good time. First thing I want to point out is look at all these bikes. Super bike friendly town, super well laid out, organized, as you might expect in Switzerland. It is 68 degrees today, 3:30 p.m., 20 degrees Celsius. In May, actually, the latter part of. Love it. There seems to be, it's a Saturday, but there also seems to be some sort of festival or something going on. It's quite crowded down here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I rolled into town 2 hours ago. I did a little bit of Wikipedia reading, and we left the motel room to come out, and my son's going to the art museum, the Kunstmuseum, and I'm going to do a city walk or so. So let's discover what we got here. I'm going to try and find you a street name. We started out near the Kunstmuseum, down the street a little bit. We're on Freie Strasse. Oh, look at this. This is, I believe, the Münster, or the big cathedral here. Started in 1019, I believe. And I don't know that we can go in there from here. But look at it. It's kind of a big area. I don't know if this area was... Is this part of the Münster? I don't think it is. I think it's a different church. Interesting. I think the Münster's over there. Ooh, look at this old wooden stuff. We'll get back to the main downtown area in a bit. Looks like we got a bike store down here. Very cool. All right, we're gonna backtrack once again. I just like this old wooden, very Germanic, Alpine style. But let's get back to this main drag. Even though we're just across the border from France and there are French-speaking areas of Switzerland, I'm hearing a lot of people speak German. So I'm going to assume that's what they speak here. Big line for Cinnamon. Seems to be cinnamon rolls, cinnamon buns. A Gucci shop over here. Look at I don't know if you can see it down there, but the red tower with a bunch of cranes around it. It's pretty cool. Off to the left is Kaufhausgasse, which Kaufhaus is, I believe, a department store. You got a little narrow street going over there in the Münsterburn. Some busking folks dancing. Look how crowded it is down here. Might need to go off to the side just to get away from the crowds here. Backbeck. I think it's a bakery. Pastries and sandwiches. So Basel, it's been around since at least the 300s, or some semblance of it has been. People have been here, but it sort of got its wings, I guess, in the early Middle Ages, around the 11th century, 10th century. It has been a oh, look at this square. Look at all these people out enjoying the day. What am I trying to say here? It's been a place of historic museum, cultural assimilation and toleration. It's been a place where a lot of people come to negotiate treaties, and has been a place of I guess tolerance for the most part, except for the Black Plague when they blamed the Jewish population and burned a bunch of them at the stake. Not ideal. Look at this. This is awesome. This is the fun part of these walks. Well, one of the many fun parts. Just discovering and walking around and being awestruck a little bit. It's so easy to, if you travel a lot, to have your awe maybe knocked down a little bit, and to find the details and to look and notice stuff is super fun. It's fun to have that sense of awe, in my opinion. Hopefully I'm sharing that a little bit with you guys and you're getting a little bit of it, as well as some exercise on your treadmill walk. Speaking of that, I just want to thank our Patreon supporters, those of you who have made donations and subscribed with, I think it's a $5 a month subscription. Helps me do these walks and share them with you. And for those who have also done the one-time contributions through PayPal and Coffee, you can find links below in the YouTube description. And you can find other walks on the website, City Walks Virtual Tours. But I don't want to talk too much about that. Look at this cool building and the bears motif. Switzerland is the Confederation Helvetica, and their plates say CH, I think, CH, because it is a confederation of cantons. This is Steinberg and Steiner Vorstadt. Ooh, what's this? Here. It's known as the cultural capital of Basel is known as the cultural capital of Switzerland. It's got 40 museums around town. Our hotel that we're staying in gave us a Basel card, which gives us free use of the public transport system. Haven't tried that yet, but they seem to have a cool system of trams and buses. Look at this neat old building. It's not, the canton itself has about, I want to say 200,000 people, and it's a city canton, so that's pretty much the population of Basel. Whew. it seems bigger, and part of that I think is that all around it in France and in Germany there are other cities that are basically share border here. 36% of the population are foreign born. Number one of which I think is Germany, second is Italy, and Americans make up about I think 16 or 1700 people. Certainly heard numerous people speaking English, but that could also be just other tourists like myself. Look at the ivy. And just it's such a different architecture all of a sudden here. We've been riding across France, first along the Loire and then sort of northeast, east-northeast to Basel. And we went through Alsace, and it's got a little bit of a German flair to it. But all of a sudden, this is very distinctive. Look at this awesome fountain. Oh, people are playing either boules or pétanque or something. French speakers. Excuse me, there's two dogs down here, and there's like a sculpture of a rhinoceros, and the dogs are not having it. They're not friends with the rhinoceros. I was hoping to get a little, it is hilly here. Let's go back this way because I love this little courtyard. I'm going to give you a bit of a pan. Seems to be part of a church. Look how peaceful this is. Église Française Réformée Évangélique de Basel. I think Basel is the French name for Basel. Bikes are everywhere. I love it. Long off. How amazing is this? Seems to be just a courtyard. I love all the greenery in this city. Oh, and a lot of these European cities, they really have invested in it. Oh my gosh, this is an absolute warren of streets and alleys. I love it. I saw some fellow Americans up there. There's some people speaking French. Tea import. Ah, love it. Another thing I don't notice a lot of is just single-use disposable stuff. A lot of people, I read something where one of the characteristics of Americans is that we eat while we walk. And apparently not many Europeans do that. That's Fluggaslein down there. I thought that was interesting. I had never noticed it until I read that, but I think it's true. A lot of stuff in the US is to go. And much less so here. You can get pizzas and sandwiches and pastries and stuff. But most of it is eaten in place, seems like. Another thing I've been noticing, we've traveled to Europe several times over the decades, and I'm noticing a lot of burger shops. Like hamburgers, they finally caught on to how awesome hamburgers are. There's a Bernese or some variation of a mountain dog. Look at this. It's a tram. I'll try not to get run over. Oh, everything looks delicious. So, it's a cool building. Little trotter. Look at all of these bikes. A lot of cargo bikes, electric bikes, regular bikes, all over the place. This little guy. We came to Switzerland in 2019, the summer, and stayed over near Lauterbrunnen in a little town called Wengen. It was amazing. Did several walks over there, so check those out on the website. But we never really went to a big city. This is the biggest city in Switzerland I've been to, and it's different. It's interesting. Sorry about that. Ooh, look at this place. Looks like either a market or part of a fair down here. Walked into the bike lane. Look at it. Look at this. And one of the reasons I'm excited is we've been seeing a lot of medieval stuff around France. Very cool, very interesting. And this seems to be a little bit more recent and different. And I love it. 12,000, I think. 12. I'm not sure what this stuff is, but There's that red tower I was referring to earlier. I don't know if that's painted or that's the color of the stone. Definitely a mural on there. No. Sorry about that. I had a guy that wanted to talk to me about books, which was awesome. I think they're probably religious books of some sort, and that's fine. But I talked to him. He had a Boats and Bikes Tours hat on, and I wanted to ask him about that as well. So we had a fun little conversation. And you know what? I just realized that I forgot to put on my microphone, so I'm going to turn that on now. Luckily, the microphone on these Osmo 3 pockets are pretty good, so hopefully you've picked up a fair amount of my voice. In any case, if not, I'll do what I can to make it work. Look at the ornate work on all of this. On the clocks, the gilded tower, but also on these little balconies over here. Seems to be food trucks and flowers, some wrapping paper. Decent. That looks good. All right.
Der Scheiß weg ist, dann
Wait, look at that building.
Cool place this is. That's where we just came from. We'll progress along here some more. Kind of like these old wooden and glass frontages. They're more end of the 19th century vibe to them, but there's something kind of neat about them. Look at all the trams, man. It's an older one, looks like, over there. It's been interesting that throughout our bike tour, we really haven't heard or seen a lot of other Americans. And then in the big city here, certainly a lot more of that. Already heard several American, or I guess it could have been Canadian, but they didn't sound Canadian. Anyway, talking. It's interesting. Let's see if we can find our way down to the river. Nice. Oh, it's slipping off curbs today. a panoply of colors. I find this interesting as well. We got these trams that I believe are going to cross the Rhine, which I think takes them into Germany. Let's go out onto the Rhine real quick. Got a tour boat down here. Look how ripping that current is. Wow. All right, let's cross over a little bit, and we'll come back on the other side of the bridge, maybe. Or maybe it's not Germany. I think Germany's that away. That makes it more sense. Actual bus. Hotel Marianne, Cafe Spitz. Let's make our way actually down to the riverfront, and we'll walk along there. Because I had to stop the camera for that earlier conversation, which was actually interesting. I'm not really sure how long we are in terms of length of video. So, there's a bubble maker. The people dipping their feet in the Rhine, enjoying the sunshine, etc. But we're going to go this way. In my French walks, I've talked quite a bit about the ease and the benefits of biking in these cities. Now, the cities are compact, they tend to be compact, but even still, they're built in a way that is bicycle friendly, and the culture is bicycle friendly. So motorists don't necessarily see you as an obstacle using their road, they see you as a fellow vehicle. And just makes riding bikes through these places that much easier. And you can get from not very far out of the city to into the city really quickly and really easily. And it's not the perfect thing, and I'm not saying it would work exactly in the US the way we have it, but it sure is nice. This. I love seeing people out here just Just enjoying the city. Enjoying the weather. I think that church is the Munster. Look at the current, man. That's just crazy. Seen quite an assortment of different types of bike trailers too, which is kind of fun. Some interesting boats down here. I've noticed a different design style in different parts that we've passed. These seem to have a specific shape. There's a busker over there playing some trumpet, which is quite nice. I'm going to show these to you here in a second. There you go. See how long, almost like a pirogue, but taller. They sit quite high. I kind of wonder how they're propelled in a current like this. Oh, so look at this. This is a ferry, I guess. And we saw a lot of boats like that on the Loire, but you can see the flags running up the cable that goes up to another cable that goes across the river. And I guess I'm not sure how it's propelled, but it's attached to the ferry. Kind of just guides it over. Kind of neat. Look at this cool old lampstand. We'll see another one up here in a second. I want to stop in front of everybody's views. Are a bunch of bridges over the Rhine here, but for a long time, hundreds of years, they only had the one bridge built by a bishop, because there was a lot of bishops that ruled here. Anyway, it was the only one between Lake Constance and the sea for a long time. And that made it a very important trade location. Well, I was kind of hoping I could get up to that bridge. I mean, this is kind of like a theme park in a good way. In a, not like you're standing in line for everything, although there's been a few of those. But it's just so different, so unique. Not unique, but there's other cities like it, I'm sure, but it's so much itself. It's not modern, really. There's been some modern buildings. I don't know how to describe it without getting myself into trouble. I see a stairway over here. I'm hoping that'll take me up to the bridge. I have to be careful around the bike lanes because people do zip along. Here we go. Up through the trees. After 3 weeks of pedaling bikes, 30 to 60 miles a day, my quads are screaming. There's some towers over there too. Whew. I can't help but be struck by the power of this current. It's a little funny that by accident we've looped around to right near where we started because the Kunstmuseum, the art museum here, is directly ahead. But I would really like to get over to the Münster. So this might be a longer walk. I'm not really sure how the timing's going to end up. But I think we're going to go for it. Another kind of boat. Looks like a canoe or a dragon boat, maybe. Interesting. Of course, the Olympics are going to be in France soon. Today we saw a bunch of people sculling on the canals that we were following. Maybe that's a competitive sporting rig. I don't know enough about the Olympics. Okay, Switzerland is known for the Alps, of course. But here, the mountains are not particularly large. There's sort of a plateau, I think, around this area, the northern half of Switzerland. And then the Alps are in the southern half. I've seen some dragon iconography. If you know what that's about, please let me know in the description below, or if you have any comments or corrections or memories or thoughts, please share them in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys there. Super fun for me. Just keep everything civil if you don't mind. And you see a dragon on the post of the bridge there. It's almost like a bird dragon. Anywho. We're going to make a right on Rittergasse, I think. I hope this will take us where we want to go. Love these old houses. This place. The iron grates on the windows for security. Look at this metalwork. Love it. Ooh. What is this place? I'm a little silly sometimes. Look at the flowers, gardens. Little park over here. Used to be some sort of reception back there. Ooh. I think we're going to go in this little area. Sorry to backtrack. Little garden, cloister. Look at the carving along the beam here. Hopefully it's picking that up. amazing is this? You don't see a lot of parks with small trees, which I think is interesting. I forgot to show you the lampposts earlier. These ornate ironwork lampposts. We got some branches being propped up. It's interesting. Well, it looks like I could just go on and on and on and on throughout the city. There's the ferry again.
It just landed.
But I don't think I'm going to have the time to do that. So I want to thank you guys for joining me here in Basel, Switzerland. Beautiful, beautiful city. Oh, lovely. And just kind of hopping with people. I'm surprised at how many people are out and about. I think I guess there might be some sort of festival or something, but I haven't seen any special events or anything. So it could just be this is the way Basel is on a Saturday afternoon in early summer. Look at this park. Oh, I love this park. Just does the spirit good. I'm gonna flip you around, not flip you around, but rotate you around, and we'll see a better view of this church. It's magnificent. Red stone church. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We will see you again soon. Possibly Colmar, possibly Strasbourg. In either case, I hope you'll join me for a wonderful walk of serendipity and discovery and just a run-of-the-mill jibber-jabber. Until then, keep on stepping.